I think it was my second session because the first one was flooded with tears and I couldn't make much of what she was saying. The only thing I took home with me was this feeling of having cried my eyes out, which I did pretty frequently to be fair, but it gave a different kind of pleasure to do it with an audience. You judge yourself too much, she said. Your brain looks for a problem at every waking hour, day in and day out, even when things are good, even when you should be enjoying the moment. Your brain is trying to improve every single aspect of your life. That's what a brain does, you think, right? But mine is not of kindest sort. It's singing nasty things in the background. You're not enough. You gotta do more. You gotta do better. You gotta work. At least that's what my psychologist implied. Not having grasped what she meant, I let my brain do a mini tour and give me some evidence of it offering its so valuable solutions to improve my life. I remembered my family. How often did I catch myself doing things for them they didn't need in the first place? How close was I to being a parent to my own parents? I remembered my eating disorder. A shorter chapter of my life, it had the same narrative. I used to fill myself with more and more food, never satisfied neither at the sight of me eating nor at the sight of me starving. I remembered longing for someone who was not good for me, and I couldn't get over the fact that that someone was not good for me. I tried to fix that someone, thinking that I could fix that someone who never asked for it in the first place. This is your brain controlling you, she said, pulling me out of yet another negative spiral. This is not you. You identify with your brain so much that you let it reign over your clueless soul, and look at what you've become. It was hard to hear these words, knowing now that they were true. At the same time, a parallel universe was emerging inside of me, slow but intuitive. I felt relief. I felt heard and understood. To cement my "now I get it" face and to prove her point, my psychologist shared a simple example. Say you're 5 or 6 and you're drawing something, and someone a year younger and a tad greedier than you says that your drawings are awful, and worse, being only in a trash bin. You sit there silently, not lifting your head up, eyes on your now awful drawing, moving your pen back and forth. You lose focus. Objects merge in one lot, and you can't make sense of what you're doing anymore. At some point, you put your pen down and never take it back again. This story, in one way or another, has been the story for all of us. At various stages in life, we hear judgment, and we take it at face value, and we say, that's how I am actually. I can't draw, I can't sing, I can't write, I can't love or be loved. And our brain solidifies these judgments and puts them in front of us whenever we want to step in a slightly different direction. The font is too big, the color is too bright, and we can't see anything else. Our brain becomes our truth. I realize that my brain is same. It hands me its truth on a gold-plated dish with shame and contempt on the side. I realize that my actions have been, in a way, predetermined by this brain truth. I realize that part of the reason for my reluctance to go into different directions and try new things is my brain telling me not so nice things about myself and even others. I realize that this is the reality for most of us, and it's time to tell this beautiful organ to shut the fuck up and mind its own business. Now, we don't have to be as harsh as our brains. We can move things forward with kindness and love. First off, let's recognize that we are not our brains. Let's at least question its products and ask for their countries of origin and expiry dates. When we disidentify from our brains and listen to its so-called truths sparingly, we start seeing ourselves at a distance. we realize that there is someone else inside of us, someone to talk to, someone to negotiate with, and someone to love. We're not alone anymore. Secondly, let's be our own friends. Think on these questions. What kind of friend are you? What do you do when your friend gets upset or needs reassurance? How do you talk to your friend? Do you engage in hate speech or offer words of support? Do you judge your friend from head to toe or admit to loving that person? I'm guessing that our answers are tilted towards kinder direction. Let's apply that love and acceptance to our own selves. A word of warning though, this is not to say that we cannot judge ourselves. Although the title implies that, being a good friend does include telling the harsh truth for the sake of betterment. Say you were in a bad mood and you snapped at your colleague. How can you make sure that you don't snap at your colleague when you're in a bad mood? And how can you not be in a bad mood at all? So, let's tell the truth, let's do so in a kind and constructive way, and let's see what can be done with it. Now, here I am, staring at the screen. I'm tempted to judge my writing, my style, and even my whole outlook on life. So I ask myself, who is this talking? After identifying a brain-made construct, I move to the second question. How would I respond to my friend in the same situation? How would my friend respond to me now? Go for it, she'd say. And it would be the coolest and kindest thing to say.